Hi everybody, this is miraclexistetarot channel, and today I have so many downloads, but whatever comes up, I will see whatever comes up, okay? I'm glad you are here. If you just pop in and just watch this, or you are my worst enemy, it does not change anything, because at the end the enemies are nothing else. They are nothing else but admirers. It's like when you are gangster, feel like you are a celebrity, huh? Some people capable to pay money to some other people to follow you, okay? Guys, you need to take things easily. I mean, just laugh it out, because honestly, the craziness of some humans is unbelievable. And they accuse you being done crazy. While we have here the full energy. I have the impression this is about somebody who will be full enough to take a new beginning. But how will it end? One. We have here the 10 of Wands and the 7 of Pentacles. Many burdens, but lots of works. And maybe this person is taking this new beginning because of the burdens. It's too much, can't take it anymore. Sometimes the universe lets you to go through tower moments. I mean, when you carry so much burden and you are idiot enough not to put it down when it's not yours, and you just can't take it anymore, sometimes the universe calls you a tower moment in your life. That is like force you to move out of that shit, okay? It's happened really often. When you are in an abusive relationship, it's really complicated abusive relationship, because in an abusive relationship, usually there is a psychological manipulation or brainwash kind of things, and you just do not know how to move out when it's very simple. Especially if you have a work, honey. You have a work, you can move out of every abusive relationship, because you can rent a place somewhere, you can move out, and you can separate yourself from the bullshit. But when you are inside, living with an abusive person, that person already washed your brain. So you think it's impossible to move out because of the consequences. You will reasoning why you can't do it. This is really a psychological technique of an abusive person to keep you on their side, okay? You will look for excuses, all kinds of excuses. And sometimes the excuses are good, okay? Sometimes these abusive people deliberately create a situation in your life that physically you are stuck, you can't get out, okay? But even like that, there is a way out, okay? We have here the Sun. You will have the victory. This person, I'm picking up the energy of somebody who is really burdened, okay? And this person pull himself together or herself, but I get a very strong masculine energy here, and have a new beginning. I mean, get out from a family setup or something like that and start a new life. And we have here the 8 of Pentacles, knowledge, energy. The problem is that not problem, but the reality is that when you get out of a relationship like that, abusive relationship, in you don't realize it straight away because you will have codependency issues, because an abusive person will always build codependency in the victim. So the victim would come back always. When you overcome this codependency issue and you start living your life, even that you think it's some perspectives more difficult than living with the abusive person, you will realize your freedom. When your healing starts and this brainwashing shit will go down off your brain, you will realize that, oh shit, what the fuck did I do with this person so long? Why did I stay in this relationship? So suddenly all those people who were telling you that get out of the relationship, why are you staying in? Why are you staying in? And you say they can't understand what you're going through. Yes, it's true, they can't. But you start seeing the situation from a different angle. And there's no way, if you healed from codependency, there's no way that you would get back in a fucking situation with that person again like that. You can't. You just can't. It's like, you know what is freedom like, and for you it's freedom that is actually normal for other people, you know. I have impression I'm talking to a man who was in an abusive relationship with a female energy. This female energy totally altered his perception of life. I mean, I'm talking about here and Jezebel's spirit, who totally controlled this man and altered the vision of people and practically used this man as a puppet, okay, as a voodoo doll, practically. But this man is very intelligent, so because of his intelligence, he and gifts, he could have a really powerful job, he could have a really powerful position, and unbelievable that a little idiot woman can control a man like that. You need to understand, men out there, what does Jezebel use first of all to control you? Is sex. Is sex. Because the man desire can be used against men. And some women, especially with Jezebel spirit, can use these really, really well to make them crazy and after control them through sex. And actually, not just women, but men do. Narcissistic men do that with their partner also. This is a typical narcissistic technique. They are very skilled sexually, and they make you addicted. And after they control you, withdrawing or giving you as they wish. So they could achieve whatever they want through your life. Like if you have a powerful position, you have a bitch in your back like that, this bitch will make you to make decisions that is against your normal judgment. Do you understand? This is really important. A powerful man is capable to control their sexual energy, and it's really fucking difficult. I'm not saying it's easy, even for a woman. The woman needs to control also, but it's really, really difficult, especially when there are esoteric manipulations. They can practically destroy this barrier line and control over your own sexuality. These are important things I'm talking about, and until you don't fall into the trap of a narcissistic or a Jezebel shit like that, you don't know what I'm talking about. But when you do, you know. You can be the most... you can be a person with high moral, high integrity. I'm telling you, there is a fucking Jezebel kind of spirit like that will stick to you. But it can be a man also. This is not just a Jezebel spirit. It's a mixture of many kind of entities together. This is not one entity. At least 8 10 entities. They go in groups around. They go, in worst cases, inside the soul of a human being, and they possess it in a certain way, and after they control it. So you need to know that some esoteric manipulation is based on manipulating your chakras to cause emotional imbalance. So these negative entities could enter your soul much easier. They create artificially, in an esoteric way, a kind of hole on your aura, on your protection system around you, so these entities can enter. And when these entities enter inside your soul, honey, that you don't control yourself anymore. I'm telling you, you don't. You don't. We have here the Six of Wands. And usually Jezebels and pervert narcissistic people knows this. Even if they don't know it consciously, they know it. So what they do, they place their victim in a psychological circumstances, or maybe physical circumstances, where they break down their own willpower and they damage their aura. And when they damage their aura, these entities can enter. So you can be the person with the high moral, high integrity, really somebody respectable. You have a bitch in your back like that. You get a bitch in your back like that who will abuse you spiritually, emotionally, psychologically, sexually, and maybe even physically. You are not in control of your own soul, your own psyche, your emotions anymore. I'm telling you. So when you are in a connection like that, you just can't get out. You just don't see that is possible, because it's impossible for a person like that to see. But here what I can see, this man, and I can get a really strong male energy. He has a 10 of Wands. He's fed up with these burdens. This woman puts on him, and it's a family setup, I think. Maybe the mother of the woman, or brother or sister, or there is a family setup who's burdening this man really heavily. And this man is breaking out of this. And it takes lots of work, but finally this man finds happiness. I'm telling you. When somebody breaks out from an abusive relationship and they find their freedom, they will have lots of difficulties to settle down with somebody later on in life. In spite of that, they have a huge cravings for true love. This creates a kind of yin and yang, on certain polarities in a soul that could this is a kind of energy. When you realize what's going on, if you are this person and you realize this energy going on in your life, you can transmute it and use it really productively to create a new destiny for yourself. You don't need to steal other people's destiny. Actually, you do your shadow work. And through your shadow work, you can notice really deep negative patterns in your soul, negative energies that are hindering that. What you do when you are a true alchemist and become a true alchemist, and everyone can become a true alchemist, that you take these negative energies from your soul and you transmute them away, that they will have a creative power, okay? And this guy is doing it. This guy is doing it. And we have here the Page of Cups and a Six of Wands. That means this woman trying to manipulate this guy continuously. But this guy is overcoming. That means I can see this guy. I don't have the card of healing, but this guy healed his soul in a certain level from codependency. The first thing what you need to break when you come out of abusive relationship is the codependency. Because if the codependency is not broken, this person will pull you back again and again and again. The codependency, you need to study what is codependency, honey. I'm not here to tell you right now because this is a big subject. I could teach about it for hours and hours. You Google it, codependency, you learn what is it and how does it work, what are the symptoms, and you work on it consciously. And maybe well, it's really hard. Sometimes you need to have somebody around you who tell you not to go back. But when when somebody comes out from a relationship like that, sometimes they really isolate themselves until the healing is done. So if you are in isolation, you will have to have an immense force to resist this, okay? But I'm telling you, when you start resisting once, twice, 10 times, and it will become a conviction, a very strong conviction that you will never, ever go back to that person, that's when you are healed. And you have to always remember, why did you leave? What did this person do to you? Especially when you talk to this person again or meet this person again, they know you. They know you psychologically. They know you have to get you. And they will start their fucking manipulation through the words, even touch. They want to get together with you again. They know how to touch you to turn you on. They know how to manipulate you psychologically, that you have the emotion that will break up. These are very abusive people. And I'm convinced that these people also themselves got injured in childhood or early adulthood that they didn't deal with. You need to understand, when you become an adult, you are some percent, excuse me, French, 100% responsible for your own healing. You can't say that, oh, I had a hard childhood. I'm doing this because I had a difficult childhood. No, you can't. You are not a child anymore. You are grown up as adult, and you have to handle this. You have to heal this inside you, so you don't give this heritage to the people who you love, your children, your wife, your husband, or whoever. You don't take this responsibility. You might have an adult body, but honey, inside you stayed as a child. And unfortunately, most of the narcissistic people, I'm talking about people who are heavily narcissistic. I'm not talking about people who has narcissistic traits, because let's be honest, today everybody can have narcissistic traits. You, me, everybody. When you recognize it, you need to fix it. No, I'm here talking about somebody who is really pathologically narcissistic. They stay on a level when they had the trauma. If they had it in a childhood, then they stay mentally on a child's level at the age where they got this trauma, or they stay like if the trauma happens at 20, 23 years or whatever age they had, they stay on that level. But when you are 20 years old, you don't have a wisdom of life, okay? You do sometimes shitty things that has really bad consequences. When you are 50 years old and you think like an 18 years old person or 20, there is a serious problem there. Because the wisdom that a 50 years old person should have is missing. It's because you didn't deal with your trauma. You didn't deal with the trauma that you had when you were 20 something. But this guy is overcoming and winning. That's what I can see here in the cards. Sorry guys, I need to drink my coffee time to time. Yeah, we have here the temperance. Interesting. I think this guy is realizing many things right now. The temperance is always a balancing energy, the card that represents. But I think what's happening here is universe show this guy, maybe he has downloads, or himself found proofs about this female that she is abusive, okay? Sometimes you need proofs. You need to understand, because you will protect this person until your last breath. You will say, oh, he or she behaves like this because she's been through difficulties. Honey, everybody goes through difficulties. Do you understand how many excuse me, I have a hiccup, how many children was abused during childhood? Many of them not physically or sexually, but emotionally, but psychologically. Today we have so much knowledge about parenting, so today parents has more chance to be a good parent than 50, 60 years ago. 50, 60 years ago, when you are 40, 50 years old now, that generation had parents who had no clue how to be a parent, okay? So they fucked up their children left and right, if nothing else, emotionally or psychologically. Do you understand? So that is really rare when somebody grow up and they don't have a childhood trauma. If nothing else, you were overprotected by your parents and they spoiled you, and that is a kind of trauma also. Do you understand? Because that deforms the human psyche also when you are overprotected and you are spoiled. So that is a kind of trauma also. So you can't say that there is the majority of the humans didn't have childhood trauma, because most of you had, if nothing else, you had in school from your schoolmates or whatever. Yeah, this guy. So anyway, what I'm saying is that this guy protected this woman for a very long time. Probably this woman had a childhood trauma, that it's not her fault. Not, honey, if somebody is an adult, they are responsible for their act. So when they attack you with a knife, when they hit you, actually I can say this guy was attacked with a knife. With this woman attacked him with a knife. And I pick up on a blonde woman who has a blonde, quite long hair. And I'm telling you, you can't excuse people like that. I don't care how much somebody was abused. When they go through the healing process, a normal person will never get a knife and attack somebody. A normal person will never think about killing somebody. Do you understand? It's a mental disease when somebody wants to kill somebody. We are not in a war when you have to kill for surviving, okay? Because that is a different situation there. But normally, most of the places there is peace, especially in US at the moment, and most European country or Western country, there is peace. When there is peace and somebody is plotting to kill somebody, or even just they are in a heave of anger because somebody does not do what they want and grab a knife, that is a mental disease. Do you understand? There is a serious mental disease there. And that's why I can't understand when spiritual workers do death spells or certain curses to make somebody sick so the person will die. Behind this intention, there is a serious mental disease that is hiding behind. We have here a 9 of Wands. You are a normal person, you will not do such a thing. Even if you are a spiritual worker. Honey, you want justice, you call justice from the divine energy, source energy. Simple as fuck. You don't going around and killing people. It's not normal. And this guy was giving excuses to this woman for many, many years. That's what I can see here. And because he loved her. He thought he loved her. After, when you come out from an abusive relationship, you have to redefine what is love for you. And you will understand that it was not true love, what you had for that woman. This is not true love, honey. True love does not behave like that. I'm telling you. As humans say that love hurts. No, honey, true love does not hurt. If you have real divine love in your life with your partner, your partner will not hurt you. Do you understand? Not this level, excuse me. After, when you have an ego and your partner doesn't do what you want and you get hurt because of that, well, that is your problem. You need to go for a few ego deaths. But when somebody wants to physically damage you or psychologically, deliberately destroy you, that is not love. There is no love there. Do you understand? That is a psychiatric disease. So this guy learned to protect himself against this woman, and I have all my respect to this guy, okay? This woman has the Nine of Swords energy. Actually, this woman is going through the same thing that she put through this man psychologically. She can't stand that she can't control this man anymore, and thinking for, I can see a woman who doesn't even sleep, can't sleep because thinking how to get this man back. This is not love. This is not love why she wants you back. This is, they want you back, they control over you. Do you understand? A narcissistic person, if they can't control somebody, they like that, okay? It's like worse than dying for them. They have to have somebody to control, and the more people they can control, the happier and victorious they are, okay? You need to understand, it's like every narcissistic person, I'm not talking about healthy people who has time to time narcissistic traits, I'm talking about deeply narcissistic people who is a psychiatric disease. These people has a very huge hunger for power, and they will never stop. So they will have you, they will have other men on your side who they want to control, or women. They will have girlfriends, they will be the leader in a group, because they want to overpower everybody around them and control them. But you need to understand, they don't do it like, okay, look at me, I'm the leader, I will do everything. No, because who would accept that? No. This type of woman knows how to manipulate with emotion, make themselves look like really fragile, really vulnerable, and victim. A narcissistic person has a very strong victim mentality and manipulate people with this victim mentality. This is a woman who will cry in front of you and make you feel bad that you leave her without money, without nothing. Honey, if she's an adult person, she can go and earn her money herself, okay? Especially when she's young and not sick. When you abandon a woman who is pregnant, can't work because the pregnancy is difficult, because even with pregnant, they can work. Well, it's a difficult pregnancy. Me, most of my pregnancy, I was told to stay in bed because of the condition I had. And when you have a woman like that, yeah, that woman can't work. Do you understand? But when you have a healthy pregnant woman, can work for almost at the end of the pregnancy. And me, I was told to stay in bed, and even like that, I did many things that my husband didn't want it to help me. So anyway, but you have to be realistic. If there is a woman who has a sickness, who has something why they can't work, or the pregnancy is really difficult, or whatever condition they have, yeah, there you know that she's telling the truth. But when they crying and making excuses and things like that to make you feel bad about yourself why you don't help them, well, there's a problem there. There's a problem there because you deal with a child, not an adult. Sometimes you need to understand, with a narcissistic person, you have to treat like a child, because his or her psyche is on a level of a child. So if this person was abused at 6 years old, the person who is inside psychologically has the maturity of a 6 years old girl or boy, if it's a man. For them, take away their toys, they will hit you. While an adult can kill, then they can injure you really that badly. But the mind of a child is, you take my toys away from me, I will get it back and I will hit you because you have no right, it's my toy. Okay, so this is a bit like the mentality. They are incapable for reasoning, logical reasoning. They are incapable for empathy, to feel how the other person might feel in the situation. They are incapable. It's like a child until the psyche didn't develop and the self-awareness didn't develop, that we start developing around 7-8 years. But until it starts developing or developed already, a child will think only about themselves. Not because they are egoist, it's because they are young. Okay, and the human psyche has its way to develop during the lifetime. Okay, and that is the lifetime, the first few years of a life of a human, when they are still children. They are incapable to think of how the other people might feel. That is a process they need to develop, okay? They think only themselves. So when you have an adult who's stuck on this child level, they won't see what they put you through and how burdened you are because of them. They won't. They see how much you don't want to do what they want, and they don't get what they want because they want to have that toy, they want to have that plastic surgery. Usually these women are men are very, very money hungry, because to fill up their desires, they need money. They need money because money is power on the 3D. It's really bad when this person becomes spiritual and they will do shit spells on everything, or esoteric, etheric manipulation on everything, absolutely everything. That is an immature, childish person who never ever healed herself. Okay? So this woman is in despair now because can't control this man. I can imagine this woman maybe does death somebody does not want me to talk. Death threats. Maybe they calling you, they will commit suicide. Is woman even capable to hurt herself, like cause herself physical damage, just to call you that, oh, this and this happened, come and help me? This is a very toxic person. I'm telling you. And if you have a child with this woman won't stop even hurting a child just to get you there. Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is really the energy of the guy. I know it's a feminine energy, but I pick up on a man energy who's really caring and loving and empathic, and that's exactly what a narcissistic or a Jezebel spirit needs. Do you understand? That's exactly what they need. Because that's part they manipulate in you. Oh boy, this is tough. And the energy of this woman is Queen of Swords. No, she's not necessarily air sign, okay? We talk about here energies. Excuse me, guys. I need to close that because I feel really cold. I just closed the windows. I can't stop because it's not a video I'm making, but live. Oh, I'm so cold. So what I was talking about, you when you deal with an adult like that, is dealing with a child who the age of the child is when she had the trauma and it stopped developing, the psyche stopped developing there. Okay, this woman can threaten you, that she will kill you or she will kill somebody you love, and when it doesn't work, she might say, I will commit suicide. Okay, she will do any kind of shit just to get you back and gain back the control. And I think you know that's what I'm talking about, okay? This is a guy I'm talking about. The reading is for a guy who got out of an abusive relationship with a woman who is highly narcissistic and a Jezebel spirit. So these women, the card came out, the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords energy, maybe she's an ascendant, but not necessary. But you need to understand the Queen of Swords can be high vibrational and low vibrational. Here, this woman has the low vibrational energy of the Queen of Swords, okay? This woman hurts everybody. And what is horrible when you see somebody that inside they are fucking lonely and they can't let in anyone because, how shall I put this? Because of the unhealed trauma. So what they do, they hurt everybody. They try to control everybody. This is a typical self-destructive energy when you need love, when you need real connection with humans, and you push them away, you hurt them. This is a typical symptom of trauma. So that's what really do. And I think you realize it because you have here, even that you are men, your energy here is a Queen of Cups. Okay, but you know what is this woman doing, but and you love her and you feel sorry for this person who is trapped inside. You need to understand you can't help a narcissistic like that. They need to go through many tower moments so they realize what's going on, and they will be forced by universe to heal their own soul, their own trauma. They do their shadow work, they face with their dark side so they can get out of this shit. You can't. You try to help a narcissistic or really toxic person like that, they will pull you down. They will take power over you and destroy your life. That's what will happen to you. Do you understand? Let me see what is coming out. This is a man with a really good caring heart. And I think this man has to learn that you are really an empathic person. Probably you are a starseed. You might, you need to develop yourself to become a Hayoke. This is really important for you because even if you come out of this abuse and you already came out of this abusive relationship, you will go into others that is the same. Because I'm telling you, there are women out there who's looking for men like you, because men like you is really rare. Who has a caring, loving heart. This is what every woman wants, you know. But unfortunately, you won't have the ones who appreciate you for that side because they are usually not running after you. No, that will be a narcissistic woman who will run after you. Do you understand? Because they want this part of you to have a grip, a hold on you, to take a control over you. But a real woman who would never do that to you, they will never run after you, honey, because they presume you are healthy, you are capable, a real healthy relationship, and you don't have insecurities. While a narcissistic woman, a narcissistic Jezebel spirit will play and cause insecurities on inside you, that you feel that you are only loved if somebody overwhelms you with their toxic love, and that is not real love. And it's really important when you come out, you learn a bit of psychology about this. You learn what is healthy and what is not, because I'm telling you, usually, but I noticed that as a woman, I'm telling you, those men, because I found it really appealing when a man knows what he wants and he wants me, he comes and gets me, okay? And I had to realize recently these men are usually narcissistic men. In a certain level, it's a healthy mannish behavior, okay? But when a man does not respect your will and your freedom, and that they go on you really hard, it's really forceful, there is a narcissistic nature that is hide behind it. Okay, so when there is an approach between a man and a woman, usually what is normal, when a man starts initiation, but after the woman has to pick it up. Okay, the woman has to pick it up, and that has to be go between them, like an harmony, a dance or music or whatever you call it. So both of them has to be active. But here, does this man has a childhood trauma also, Spirit? Yes. Yeah, normally empathic people, when they have childhood trauma, that is the other thing they have. Yeah, they want someone to prove them they love them, so they run after them. It's important for, it's exactly what I had also, but until I healed it. I'm telling you, this is exactly the way a narcissistic person will behave with you. They will run after you, they will go after you, they will feed your insecurities, and they will love bomb you because they know that's what you want. And for you, that is love. Because that's temporary, like caress your wounded spirit. Do you understand? And healthy relationship, both of them are healed, at least 80%. Because nobody ever 100% healed. If you achieve 100% healing, in a few months, in a few weeks, you will have somewhere again a trauma because of human interactions, okay? But at least 80% they are healed, and they respect each other's freedom, and they not obsessed with each other. You understand? I'm not talking about because hormonally, when you fall in love, there is a natural obsession that will come down by time. So don't mix that up, honey, because I'm telling you, when you fall in love, you were in love already. So you know that you want that person, you want to be with that person. When I fall in love with my husband, I wanted to become one with him. I never wanted to leave him. I wanted to be with him all the time, and we were just like inseparable. And I just loved him so much. I could not imagine life without him. And that, in a certain level, is normal when you fall in love with someone, but it has to come down. You have to find yourself. You have to, how shall I put this? Find you, keep you happy. Because I'm telling you, other person can make you happy if you are not happy. Do you understand? Your happiness can't be dependent of another person, because if it does, you are easy to manipulate, you are easy to be controlled, and that is really fucking dangerous, and it's against human nature that is supposed to be free. Okay, so that's why it's really, really important that when the phase of falling in love it passes, yes, you love that person to bits. Yes, maybe you can imagine life without that person because she or he is part of your life, and you would do everything to protect that person. I understand, but you have your own self that is not merging with the other person. This is not normal when two sishe merge into one. Do you understand? Your energies can mix up. You will change each other in a certain level, in a good level, in a good meaning. When you motivate each other to grow, that's how you see if it's toxic or not. If you just ruin each other, that is a toxic relationship. That is a no, something is going wrong, okay? When you can grow together, psychologically, spiritually, emotionally, even financially, that is a good sign. But when it's just financially, there is a problem, huh? But that is a good sign when psychologically, spiritually, emotionally, you can grow with the person, because that is the aim of human life. As you age, you get mature enough to understand life, to understand many things that happened into your life or other people's life, and you bring more wiser decision with age. That is normally that humans should go through, but unfortunately this is not the case. And you have to learn, and each of us has to learn. Me also, I had to learn after my divorce what is a healthy relationship and what is not healthy. Even with my last relationship, I got fucked up. So you can't say that you know everything, because it's never true. You can always learn new things. Let's see what are the other energies Spirit wants me to talk about. Yeah, Four of Swords. Four of Swords energy is a protection in the middle of a war, okay, practically. That you are taken care of, you are like in a bubble of protection, and Spirit protects you. And I think that's what's happening here with this man. I think this man become very spiritual, and Source is protecting him against this woman evilness, because I don't know how to call that. This woman, I have an impression, maybe even her hand is bloodstained. Maybe she even killed people. Yeah, you're walking away from this woman totally. Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups. Justice. Two of Wands. Yeah, I think karma is served for you and for this woman also. And for you, it's a kind of dharma, okay? You're getting back in your hand the control over your life. And I think you enjoy this a lot. What is it getting back the control over your life? First of all, you will feel this self-awareness will return in your life that you lost in this relationship, because the self-awareness is practically destroyed in an abusive relationship. I remember when I was alone and, well, separation happened. And the first time in the morning I woke up and I drank my coffee, and I could just cherish every good of the coffee in peace. And it was such a huge effect on me that I don't have to worry about he's not around me. I don't have to worry about, because every morning when I woke up during this abusive relationship, I worry about already what's gonna happen if he was not at home, what's gonna happen when he will come home. Or if he was at home, you have this punch in your stomach, you can't even fucking swallow that coffee properly. And the first thing what I appreciated is the peace. That is my moment in the morning. Sit down in peace, happy, and without any any bothering. Or yeah, my kids were on me, but I love my kids, so they didn't bother me. But it's really the freedom that I can have that fucking coffee with. And after, when I tasted the coffee, my taste buds got so intense. I mean, I could just really enjoy that cup of coffee. I can't describe this to you. You have to experience it. And it represented for me freedom that I never ever had that. And it's really strange, because I'm telling you, the first 2 3 years with my husband, I thought he was in love, but I have no idea what he went through. Okay, I don't want to know, and I don't care. I give a shit. But me, I was totally in love with him, and it was so extraordinary for me. I was convinced he is my soulmate. And when you get at the end of the marriage, when the separation happens, and it's like, oh my God, I'm free, I'm free. Like this, the happiness with the freedom. It's such a polarity. Again, how can a relationship go from this happiness at the beginning to ruin that level that you have to totally lock that person out of your life to be able to happy and just free. Do you understand? You need to understand sometimes you project your feelings on the other person. The other person might didn't even live that love the same way than you did. They might get excited how much you are in love with them because you are an empathic person, but they didn't love you that much than you love them. You project your emotions, your love on your partner. You think they love you as much you love them. But this is not the case most of the time, especially when we talk about a narcissistic person. So you will live differently that love relationship than your partner. For your partner, it's not that much emotional, not that much. They might just leave it. Yeah, I got finally someone. Yeah, I get home. I have my food on the table. I have my house cleaned, whatever. So he might leave it like that. But for you, you think that person emotionally is so much involved than you are, and it's not the case. It is because you are very sensitive emotionally. That's actually a gift, but you need to channel it and use it and become high okay with it. Very sensitive, emotionally sensitive, empathic people is gift to be like that. But you will fucking suffer with it because this life is rude, people are cruel, and when they have somebody with a divine light like that, everybody fuck them up because everybody wants to have that light and use it. Do you understand? So that's why every highly emotional, empathic people has to become a hierarchy. Because if not, honey, they will eat you up in this fucking life. That's for sure. So now the control is back in the hand of, in your hands. And I can imagine you might experience moments like I did with my coffee. Very simple moments. You don't need too much. It's not that, because sometimes I got my kids ready for school, so there was lots of noise around me. It's not that it was like, there is no noise, it's like you can meditate, and no, it's not that. It's a peace of mind that you don't have to worry about somebody hurting you that day, that have what mood he will come back home from work, because there must be somebody piecing. If everything went well at work as he wanted, he was happy, so we had a chance that everything was fine at home. If not, but it's like the mind is liberated, that your mind is in peace. Your mind is liberated. You are free. I had that coffee. My kids were screaming, running around, and it's like a morning nightmare when you have kids and you have to get them to school in time. You know what I'm talking about. So that was still there, but I didn't have this pressure on my mind that I always had, like a surviving mode, and I preserved it as a freedom. I preserved it as a happiness. And I think this two of wands has the same energy. I don't know how you experience this. Maybe you have even a coffee, or maybe you just sit down, read a book, or watch a match, or I don't know. I don't know what you do. Or you just go home, you smoke, or you go home, a cigarette, you go home, you have a dog, you sit down and you stroke your dog, and it's just so peaceful, and everything is calm, but you have this moment that I had with this coffee. This is the energy of these two of wands here in my hand, these cards. This man knows what I'm talking about. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's not your reading. Knight of Cups. I mean, you can watch it because you will learn from it. But I'm reading for a man who was abused by this woman, came out of this relationship, okay? Knight of Cups. Yeah, Knight of Cups. Very strange energy. Can you clarify this energy, please? The Wheel of Fortune. I know this energy really well. So I have here the Knight of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, and Pentacles, and the Seven of Cups. So when you come out of the abusive relationship, what is really, really hard to make a decision, okay? Because before, when you made decision, your abusive partner who decided really everything. And you did, even if you didn't realize it, it's your abusive partner who decided everything, okay? Sorry, guys, I didn't put my telephone on Do Not Disturb. When you heal yourself in a certain level that you are not codependent anymore, you have the control back in your hand, the hardest way is when you have opportunities or you are in your path that is separates into two, you have to choose. Or sometimes it's not two, but many options, okay? It's really, really hard because here the Wheel of Fortune represents life, your life. And you don't want it to be fucked up because it was fucked up for so long. Now you are free. Now you want to have a new life cycle where you are really happy and free. And you don't want to fuck it up. And then you just stand there and you don't know what to choose, who to choose, if this is persons to choose, or situations or job, and you hesitate. And sometimes you don't have time because sometimes opportunities pass by. So this is really hard for an ex-victim, a survivor who came out from abusive relationship, to make a decision because there is subconsciously the fear fucking up again. And this is really, really hard. And this is when the really brave people are not the ones who got hurt. And after they say, okay, I stay alone. The brave ones are who got hurt, they heal themselves, and they still risk it. Do you understand? But it's really hard because when you risk it and you fucked up again and you risk it again and you fucked up again, and after you say, no, now it's enough. I can't take it anymore. I had enough. When you need to break many patterns, when you deal with a narcissistic person, because you will attract narcissistic people. So you have to break those patterns, and you might have to go through one or two narcissistic people again coming into your life. So you understand where you fucked up. So where is the pattern you have to break in your life so you don't attract any more narcissistic people? And I'm talking from personal experience. And when you recognize that you are in a relationship with a narcissistic person, again, don't stay in it. I don't care how much you fucked up. Don't stay in it. Stand up and say, no, I'm not going through this shit again. Get out. Get out, heal yourself, and think over why did you fall again for a narcissistic person. Because there is a reason. There is a lesson there that you need to learn for the next time not to make the same mistake. It is really important when you come out of any kind of relationship, not just abusive, but any kind of relationship, you reevaluate the whole situation. But correctly, not because of your hurts. Your hurt has to heal and see the relationship as it is in reality, not on your side only. Do you understand? You have to see your errors. You have to say where you made mistakes, because that's the only thing you can change, honey. You can't change the other person. And when you see your errors and you can fix your own errors inside you, then you will be able to attract a healthier relationship. I say healthier because don't imagine perfection does not exist on earth. There will be always some little things, you need to fix. And relationship without argument does not exist. How do you handle those arguments? How do you come out from an argument with your partner? Will you start hating each other? Will you start undermining each other? Or will there will be competition between you? Or, that it's really important you examine that in your last relationship. How did you behave? How they behave after an argument? Analyze it and see why did you behave like that? Why you had to behave like that? And most of the time, you need to understand if you don't have boundaries, you allow people to disrespect you. Do you understand? There's no perfection, I know. Seven of Swords. I hate this card. The energy of this card is so horrible. Honestly, Seven of Swords, for me, it's worse than Tower. For me, this is the worst card in a tarot deck. Because in Tower, there is a possibility of transformation. Death is the same thing. But when you have a Seven of Swords, you face with really jealous, envious, really bad intentioned people who are dangerous and want to take from you. And you have a fucking community like that. Three of Pentacles. A group of people who are jealous of you and want to take everything away from you. It can be the family of this woman. It can be your family and this woman. It can be friends. It can be a community, practically, a religious or where you belong, a group of people at your work. But I think it's rather family here. And that is the trickiest because certain things you can't avoid with your family, like family gatherings on birthdays, especially if you have children, of course. That is, you need to learn negotiation. I'm telling you, really. There is an FBI agent who retired and he does gives lessons, okay? Gives courses how to recognize liars, for example, how to negotiate and things like that. It's really important that psychologically you take a course or you buy a book or something where you can learn negotiating techniques, okay? Because I'm telling you, when you have family members like that, narcissistic, who are jealous of you and who has really bad intention, you have to have a psychological and spiritual barrier between you when you are physically close to these people, so they don't violate your aura. You need to push out your aura spiritually, maybe even 1 meter long. And that is really difficult. It's a heavy energy work, but at least 60 centimeter. So the family member can't invade your privacy, can't invade your personal space. Okay, that is the first thing you have to do. And second, you need to learn to negotiate, because when you negotiate, that means you have to give them something to obtain something. So both of the partner has to be receiving something. And these people will reject that at first because they are the takers. They just want to take. But they have to realize that they won't get through your barriers at all because they don't have a right. You're teaching them their rights. Do you understand? You re-educate them who you are, what is your barriers, and they have to realize they can't cross that. And then they will realize that they will be enraged, but you can give them an option that, listen, Whatever you do, this barrier you won't cross. I don't care what you do, but we can negotiate in a certain level. That's mean you give something, but they have to give something also. You give up something, but they have to give up something. And what you give up shouldn't be against your freedom, shouldn't be against your personal space, violating your personal space. So that is one of the most important things what you need to teach, re-educate your family. And actually, this is a normal thing when you are healed. Problem is that today 80% of the humanity is unhealed, full with traumas. Okay, and even when you go to work at workplace, you see people who are really trauma bond and drama queens and kings. This technique actually you can use not only in your family, but at workplace or difficult people. And it's tough. I understand. Honestly, recently I lost it with a man. He works with my children, and I think he just had a bad day, and I had a huge argument, and I was fine. I was balanced out all day. But it was the end of the day. I was exhausted. I was tired, and when somebody reacts to you with a trauma, they had a crap day and they can't handle it because they have a trauma they didn't heal. And after they are in a power to judge you because they pissed off with you now because they had a bad day, and because of the bad day their trauma was triggered and they put it on you, and after they put this situation in a legal way that you blah blah blah, so it triggered lots of shit. I should have just fucking close my mouth and say nothing, because when you see people as like that, they will make you the cause of all their fucking suffering in their life. Do you understand? Doesn't matter you did nothing. So I'm talking about things that I learned and still learning. When you are tired, it's better not to interact with people. Because when you are tired, you can't control yourself, okay? It's hard to keep up the barrier. It's hard to negotiate. So I'm telling you, well, the situation I should have done, I never ever should have talked with this guy around in the evening, okay? But who thought that? I didn't wanted to talk my children, not him. But he had evidently a really bad day that triggered his traumas that he never healed probably, and he put it on me practically. You need to be aware that will exist situations like that, and how you have to work on yourself. It's a kind of shadow work also, how you might will deal with situations in the future. Actually, if it happened once, you need to work on it. How will you react next time? Next time, it's better to shut up and walk away from the situation, because you trigger a person. The more you trigger a person, the worse it will be. It's like giving oil on a fire. Okay, we have here the Knight of Pentacles, the Four of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, King of Cups. Well, our man is in love with someone or something, or both. So what I can see here, this masculine and actually not energy, because he has lots of feminine energy, and it's a good thing. Don't take it wrongly if it's you are in this reading. For when you have a feminine energy, you have an enormous creatrice energy. You can create. And you can be highly spiritual. So when a man embrace this feminine energy. It's a good thing, okay? It's a good thing. And you have masculine energy here also, so not just feminine. That's mean you're juggling between masculine, feminine energy, maybe trying to balance it out. And that is a really mature thing to do. You are amazing, divine masculine out there. You are really sad about a person or something that you always wanted to do, but you couldn't manage while you were with this abusive person. Or it's possible that you have both of them. And you have the King of Cups energy towards this person, or these things what you always wanted to do. And finally, you will make your step. You will step forward. And actually, probably this is in your destiny. That's what I can see. Just do it. Go and do it. Do it, do it, do it. Because if you are not brave enough, you just stay there. What if it's this happened? What if it's not the right thing to do? You will never know, honey. You have to make a move to understand if this is the right person for you or not, or this is the right business for you or not, or this is the right whatever you want to do. I don't know. You want to be you always dreamt about going into the gym and become a bodybuilder, but your abusive partner didn't let you, because if you do, physically she can't overpower you, okay? So she always putting you down, that why do you want to go there? Bodybuilders has no brain, blah, 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 blah. I don't want you to be like that, blah, blah, blah. So you didn't go. But you came out of this, and you have always these affinity that you want to go to the gym and become a bodybuilder. And you have still the voice of this woman in your head. No, the people who are with all those muscles, they have no brain, blah, 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 blah. This is just an example for you to understand the speech of this person alive in your mind and telling you and stopping you to understand. So what you need to do to be courageous and says, no, since I'm a child, I was dreaming to be a bodybuilder, so I will go. And guess what? You will go. You will start doing it once, twice, 10 times, 15 times. I mean, it's not like you go there once and you give up. You say, no, it's not for me. No, no, no. At least 15 times. If this is an activity, 15 times, because I'm telling you, if it's really in your destiny, and usually what you feel like you want to do something, you wish to do something, that has usually have to do something with your destiny. So when you go there and you start doing usually a first 5, 6 time or 10 time, it's a fight, because you have this mental blockage that is limiting, for example, in bodybuilding your body, or you have this mental blockage. If you know this woman is for you, she is in your destiny, you want to go there, you have this mental blockage, this abusive woman built out in your mind. When you go there, probably it will be crap. It will be horrible the first time, even a second or a third time. But at least if this woman is open, try to get know her. I mean, really her, not the preconception these other toxic women put in your mind about her, but to get to know her as she is in reality. Do you understand? And don't accept that she will be perfect, because such a thing does not exist. Okay? So when you go to the gym 10 times, 15 times, and you still say, no, it does not give me any joy, then leave it. Okay? You don't have any peace that you have to do these things, leave it. But at least 10, 15 times, you make this effort to do it. Do you understand? Because sometimes after a while you get the grip of it and you start enjoying it, and it will bring a kind of satisfaction, happiness into your life. And it's the same apply for a relationship. Maybe the beginning is like especially if both of you are coming from an abusive relationship, or there are traumas that both of you healing from already healed, because let's be honest, when you are healed from a trauma, you still have the memories of it. So you will have overthinking about a relationship. So I'm telling you, you have to give a time and you have to give a chance, but have your guards. Okay, so you don't, in case you get hooked up again with a narcissistic person. So this guy is bringing an offer to this woman, or this guy is start doing something he always wanted, okay? Or both of them, it's possible both of them. So what else do you want me to read, Spirit? Okay. This reading is really the psychological background of coming out of an abusive relationship and how to heal after, how to make healthy decisions. But it's really useful for someone who did not go through an abusive relationship. So even if this reading is not for you, because what I get, this reading is for a divine masculine, you can learn from it. There is a 2 cups. There will be a collaboration. A collaboration. Ace of Wands. Well, the card shows that this guy is in love with someone, okay? A lot of sexual energy that he's holding back. Yeah, he's afraid burning himself again. So he's holding this sexual energy back. That's what I can see here. And finally he will give in and he will have a new cycle with this woman. Maybe it's even a twin flame connection. Ace of Pentacles, honey. Ace of Pentacles. It's a beautiful energy. I mean, there is abundance there. There is protection there. There is a flourishing, growing in there. I think you're afraid that you will be fucked up with this woman. Probably this woman might have a bad reputation also. Do not forget that narcissistic and Jezebel type of people ruin the reputation of their partner always. Okay? So when you hear bad shits about this woman, don't worry, people hear bad shits about you also. If you come out of the narcissistic relationship, I mean an abusive relationship. So I'm not saying to run to that woman and wow, you are the one. No, honey, no. You keep your guards up, but you know that woman. Like the example I give with the gym. Do you understand? You have to be realistic. You have to be realistic, because if you get together with someone and from the first moment it's like, wow, so fucking perfect, that is usually a love bombing. It's usually a narcissistic or a manipulative person who gives you exactly what you want. You want a real person, while she or he will be real. But it might be not a perfect fit with you, because there are mental blockages, maybe both of the side, that needs to be break down. You know, I'm telling you, actually, there is a sign when there are, not everything is going smoothly. That is a sign that is a real shit. Because when everything goes smoothly and he or her showing herself so perfect, exactly what you want, that is the manipulation. That is the love bombing. That is the fucking love bombing. Do you understand? The woman who sits down with you at the dinner table and admiring you and telling you how how handsome you are, how perfect you are, how, stroking your ego. That is a manipulative woman who does that, honey. That is a manipulative woman. That is the other thing. If you, well, I won't get into this because it will be long. How shall I close this reading, Spirit? You will have a new beginning with this woman, all these activities, but because the energy of the car is highly sexual, I believe it's a woman you are in love with and you want to have a relationship with. take it slowly, take it easy. I mean, have the boundaries up, that don't be closed off. Because when a woman, I have a hiccup, sorry guys. So when a woman see that a man is really closed off, they will think that man is emotionally not available, and they move on if they are serious women. Do you understand? They don't play around with a man like that normally if it's a healthy woman. Only trauma bonded victims or narcissistic women. Well, if you deal with a woman who is a victim, you will have a codependent person who will drive you mad. Okay? If you have a narcissistic person, will drive you mad also. But I'm telling you, they will get attached to you even that you are closed off, emotionally not available. And you will going nuts on the side of a woman like that. So what you need to know, find as a perfect harmony to open very, very slowly, very, very, very slowly towards this woman. And maybe you even can express it, that listen, I had a really fucked up relationship already, not one but many maybe. I don't want to go fast with this. I would like to get to know you, and I don't want you to think that it's really, really serious from the beginning. Maybe, maybe not. I will decide because I don't know yet, and I want you to decide also. So we are adults. You can discuss with an adult person. You can discuss things. With a child, no. This person might have an adult body, a child inside. You can't discuss things like that, because in their brain they will misinterpret, everything what you say. I personally, I like being honest with people and tell them, listen, this and this I want, this and this I do not want. Remember when I got together with my last boyfriend, he was shocked. He said, "Oh, you really know what you want?" I said, "No, I didn't think like that what I want. I know what I deserve." After he fucked me up anyway. So, but me personally, I go in a relationship. Before I go in, I tell who I am. I tell my weakness. Listen, I might be like this and this and this, because I just don't find it fair when women and men show themselves perfect. You get together with them, and a nasty part of them comes out, and you can't deal with it. So it's like when you buy a used car, and in a correct website, they will make a photo of the damages on a car. On a crop website, they will hide it. They won't tell you. And when you go there, you see that half of the car is broken. The carrossery is totally destroyed, whatever. No. So a honest website, I was looking for a car, and there is a really good website. You go there, and they make really good photos, and they put a rulers where is the damage on a car, close to the damage, that you can see how big is the damage on a car. So when you buy the car, or when you go there to buy the car, you know exactly what to expect. And for me, I tell them, listen, I know my weak points. My weak points is this and this and this. Can you handle it? And usually people are shocked. And they don't expect. And after that, man says, oh shit, if she tells me all these horrible things, there must be more horrible things coming. No, but me, I'm like that. I'm almost 50. I don't have time to waste. I don't have time to play around, even 1 week or 2 weeks or 1 month. I don't have time. So I'm like this and this and this, but I'm really good at this and this and this. Can you handle me? Can you handle my energy? But the problem, after he did not do the same, He did not do the same, and my empathic part came out again, and well, there was some esoteric manipulation in the background to fuck me up. Anyway, and also my fault also. I learned from it. So you need to understand, you learn with every relationship. But personally, I think when you get together with somebody, especially when, no, maybe not on a first date, but when you get know each other, hiding your shadow side, hiding, you can control it. Do you understand? You can transmute it, but that person needs to know about it. So when it's happened, they won't get shocked. Do you understand? They are prepared. And I'm not telling you to let your negative side out and hurt that person. No. But if they will witness that negative part of you, they won't be shocked, because they know you're struggling with that. You know, they know that you already overcome. It's just like you're tired and it's coming out, you know. For me, this is like you sell a car, you sell it with the injury, damages on a car, okay? So you just don't say that the person can see there is a damage, and you say, no, it's in your brain, it does not exist, because that's what narcissistic people do. And when you are human, you go through life, you get damages. So there is no human without damages. Do you understand? And after there are certain things in energy, you tell maybe not everybody can handle your energy, especially if you are fiery energy. Do you understand? Fire sign knows what I'm talking about. Fire signs has a really special energy. It's really, not everybody can understand them and handle them. While usually earth sign, water sign, and air sign, they can moderate their real intention or even hide it. Okay, so they are better tolerated in a society than fire sign people. Those people who has lots of fire sign in their chart, they usually show who they are, and sometimes it's shocking for people. In spite of that, they are same, even maybe worse, but that somebody is showing it, it's really can be shocking for people. But at least for me, it's like you're not selling something that does not exist. And I found it really honest. And when somebody do that to me, I appreciate that. The other thing, I can see already who they are. Like my ex-boyfriend told me a few things. While he told me lots of lie, I could see that it was lie. But the other thing, when you empath, you know that every human lies. It's just the extent of the lie is that different. So when you study psychology, you know why human lies. So the problem is that I was so forgiving. So even when I see people lying to me, I can see the intention behind, and I'm forgiving because I know why they do it, you know. But the problem is that after you are too forgiving, too empathic, and people will take advantage of that. But I really appreciate when somebody's honest with me and tell me that, listen, I'm like this and this, I'm still working on it, but I have problem with it, because anyway, I will see it. After my problem that I have to really work on personally, that I can see the darkness in people and still let them close to me. And because I know there is no perfection, okay? And usually people see darkness like that, they run away from that person. And for me, I need to work on that. That is one of my shadow work I do daily base. I practically do not afraid of darkness, and that is a good thing. But when it comes to relationship, it's a trap. And everybody, you see a darkness in somebody so badly, they will fuck you up. And that's what I learned with the last relationship also. So You can use this empathy when you are light worker to heal people, to help people. When you have clients, you need this, okay? But when you look for a life partner, for God's sake, when you see so much darkness they didn't work on, run away, baby. Because when you choose a partner, you are not, how should I, your partner is not a client. Do you understand? The client is different than your partner. A partner you don't want to, the partner should be on the same level than you are. And you can't treat a partner like a client. Do you understand? Or somebody you need to help as a light worker. That's why it's really important when you are an earth angel, a starseed, or a light worker, you have to have a partner on the same level. Because if not, it will go really toxic and really badly, the whole situation. Because you will treat them like if they need, like you treat your clients. Do you understand? You can't. Because you will develop a codependency tie between two of you. And the other person will get used to and get addicted to it. Do you understand? And it will burden you down, because when you have a partner, that means you cherish each other, you build up each other, and you support each other. A codependent person never can support you, never can build you up, and never can cherish you, because they are there as a child who needs full attention, and you will be exhausted. You will be exhausted because this is not what you need in a partner. In a partner, your partner should make you stronger. But when it's just going in one direction, well, that is a toxic relationship. So you need to alter your mentality when you are a light worker, when you choose. That's why many light workers stay alone, because when you have a partner who is like a client, they will be the takers. They won't back you up. They won't let you grow. You won't have any protection, because they will destroy everything around you. And your whole fucking life will be fucked up. And they might won't do it deliberately, honey. They might be not Jezebel. They might be not narcissistic, but an extremely toxic person, because they didn't heal their trauma. You can't get into relationship with someone who is who didn't heal their trauma, or not willing to heal their trauma. Okay? You can't have a relationship with someone who is like a client. You need to alter your mentality and look for someone and different attributes than you look at in clients. You can't treat your partner like a client, as a light worker. Do you understand? Or spiritual worker, or whoever you work with. Like you work with homeless people, you understand them, you know all the psychology behind them, you know everything. You can't choose a partner who is a homeless person. You can choose a person who was homeless. They healed themselves. They build up their life already, and they're strong enough to be your partner. Okay? That is the difference. You go out, you help homeless people, and you fall in love with one of them. You get together, you will have a codependent, toxic person in your life. Because that person didn't work on themselves, and they will be the takers. Not because they are a bad person, no honey, because they didn't go through the process. And that will be a burden in your life, rather a partner who can help you to grow, who can help you to become stronger, to have protection on you. Because that have to be an equal give and take. When I talk about equal give and take in relationships, it's not the money. Because money is, well, it can be money also, but money is not what I'm talking about. Because that does not has, in a relationship, shouldn't have importance, okay? what has importance is the emotional balance, that you always find emotional balance with this person, even after an argument. You might be mad at you, especially if both of you are fire signs, because fire signs can get mad, okay? But after, you can come back to this divine love energy, loving each other. Do you understand? Not hating each other, not getting competitive towards each other and fucking each other up. And all emotionally, you can get balanced out. Emotionally, you are protected. So you know, if you get vulnerable with this person, they don't give it out to everybody. Like when you intimate with your man, and there is, in a bedroom, there are certain bedroom secrets, you know you can trust him because it won't go out in the public. So you can flourish sexually, because everybody has secret sexual desires. How can you fill up each other's secret desires if there is no assurance that its secret is protected? When your pervert narcissistic partner will realize what is your sexual desire, the first thing, when you will broke up with them, they will put it out in public. That is the first reaction of a pervert narcissistic, what they will do, to give out your deepest, more intimate secrets. Do you understand? And because they are pervert narcissistic, they even deform it. They make it worse than it is in reality. When you are feeling secure with a person, and there is an equal protection, and that won't come straight away, honey. You need to get to know that person. You need to spend time. I'm telling you, you have to hold back many things until you know really that you can trust that person. Okay? And after, you can open up little by little, but not everything. I'm talking here from experience, I'm telling you. So, well, that's it, okay? Thank you for watching, guys, and I'm sorry that it's long again. And this divine masculine, I'm telling you guys out there, because I have impression I'm talking not to one guy but many. Go out and fucking celebrate your freedom. Don't get drunk. I mean, don't get alcoholic. Don't get drunk. But if you have friends, go out with friends and have fun. If you are alone, just invite yourself for a nice dinner or whatever you like to do. I have a guy, actually, he helped me. Well, he's like a bodyguard for me time to time. But he goes always, he likes going in the mountain and do climbing. And for him, it's like a celebration. So when he's happy and he wants to celebrate something, he does not go out drinking, but he gets into his car, he goes up to the mountain and spend the weekend up there. Do you understand? He is like that. It's different for everybody. And I find it really sad when today the social standard, you want to celebrate, you go out, take drug and get alcohol and have sex. That is fun for some people. And it makes them happy, but not satisfied, because it's never enough. And after you finish up with trauma bonded people with lots of trauma who are really toxic, and eventually they can become even criminals and dangerous. You celebrate a way that you do something that you love to do, that makes you happy. And this guy is really happy. So when he's happy, he wants to celebrate. For him, is going in a mountain and climbing. And I'm sure one day he will find a woman who has the same thing, so they can go and do it together, you know. But even if not, there will be a woman who will respect that. That I wish for him. He's like son for me, because I'm 50 years old. Honestly, when you have a 25, 30 years old man, you can't take it as an equal, because it's like a son for you. You understand? So before some enemies of mine start gossiping again. Well, that is the reading for today. Thank you for watching, guys. Take care. Bye bye.